Welcome back to the Green White Checker Podcast. I am Joe, joined as always by Zach, Austin, and Andrew.
Howdy.
Have a week full of, we got some news. We got Texas to recap with a William Byron win, which was predicted by the Big J journalist of this podcast, Andrew. So Andrew, how are we feeling about doing that?
There was no mistake at Kansas. I knew it was going to happen. Willie B pulling off the win. Just had to make sure with him that he was good and set at Kansas.
I think quick distinction there though. It's not that you knew it was going to happen. It's that you doing that caused it to happen.
Yes.
Right.
So we actually manifested that win to happen. So William, we actually do expect about half the winnings.
And Rick, we deserve, all of us get a ride.
We will settle for a primary sponsorship.
Yes,
we're free
for half the season. Yeah.
Yes.
Especially
so I said it. I said it last week. You guys did the interview with Austin or Adam Riley, and how's that 43 car been running?
Really good.
Pretty good. Picked up a lot of speed, right?
We're up close and personal with Tyler Reddick too, and he ended up
boom, wins it.
Yep.
Kansas. And then I got the Willie B interview kinda, and boom, win. So if you guys want to make the playoffs, make it to the Final Four, I'm just saying, we're here. We're here for you. Come on.
And that's just a simple at-track interview. Imagine what coming on the podcast for an episode could do for you. Like, imagine if beginning of the season, for our first episode, you decide to be our guest, and I mean that's basically a championship lock right there. Like,
it's got to be at least good for Final Four.
I think Andrew would put the mortgage on a bet for that, so and it would easily cash. So that's basically printing money.
Corey LaJoy.
Yeah, Corey, come on,
boom. You do it before Daytona. You get the Daytona 500 win. You lock yourself in the championship. I mean, come on. What's not to like about that?
Our business email will somewhere, and
was it
feel free to reach out.
GWC Pod at Gmail?
Yep, I believe so. Yep. So be sure to shoot us an email. We'll get you on as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we got some news this week. We got, I think the biggest signing for Xfinity be Sammy Smith leaving JGR for JRM to drive the 8 car.
That's still
kind of an interesting move.
It's a weird move to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you got to think he's in line to be one of the JGR Cup guys, right? Like, you're setting up to be the JGR #1 driver in Xfinity with John Hunter Nemechek moving up. And then you also have Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr., who aren't going to be here very long. I mean, Martin could probably retire next year. He was on the fence about doing it this year, maybe next year. Denny's probably only got 2 or 3 years left, so it's like, I don't know. Why would you go over to JRM? Where are you going to go from there? What's your plan after JRM?
Well, and I think you ended up mentioning it too, but my first thought is, could he be possibly a Bowman replacement if Bowman doesn't work out next year?
Yeah, we were chatting about it in Discord, and I mean, that is my one thought. I mean, I know Joe likes to homer for Hendrick and say, if Bowman's good for a couple wins a year, but these last couple of years he hasn't been. I think he only has 1 year in the last 2 years, doesn't he?
1 year in the past 2 years, yeah.
1 year in the yep, it's exactly right. 1 win in the past 2 years. Sorry, I missed that.
You've heard of dog years, get ready for Bowman years, where
that's
every
right.
2 years is 1 year.
I mean, the only because JRM had the Flying J sponsorship with Annette before he left, so that's the only connection I see outside of him just randomly going over. So yeah, we'll see. And maybe Suarez isn't around if he has another poo-poo year next year. So there could be some Chevy seats opening up, but yeah, sticking with Toyota seemed like the right route for him.
Still though, even if there is, unless that Bowman Hendrick one is the one he's after, I don't know if I want to go to a second tier Hendrick team. You could go to the top tier Toyota team.
Yeah. And he's been a Toyota driver forever, right?
Yeah, in ARCA, and then and this is his first year as rookie year in Xfinity, but it's I don't know. I don't understand. I mean, you got Hendrick, and then you got RCR. Trackhouse is filled up now. Like, where are you going? Spire, I guess. I don't get it.
Yeah, And it's not like JRM is super on fire right now in Xfinity either. Like, I mean, really, I'd say JGR is probably the faster team on a weekly basis. JRM keeps wrecking themselves and getting in all kinds of trouble. So, I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see how it goes. I mean, publicly wise, like, as far as fan perspective, it's a solid move because everybody loves JRM and everybody hates JGR. So, yeah, at least get that. But I don't know. We'll see how it shakes out. I'm not really sure what his path forward is.
I'm wondering if maybe it was cheaper since the check cleared for the Sam Mayer check, to drive the one next year. A little bit cheaper over there. But, yeah, Mayer's back in the one. Yay. I don't know. I'm not excited about it. I don't really care. I was hoping he was gone and they get, Quapple in there or something like that. But
yeah, that's a big bummer that Quapple's not going up yet, but hopefully soon.
He'll get some truck rides next year and then maybe make a move. But other Xfinity news, Hendrick's going to run the 17 car in 2 more races. We got Boris at the Roval.
Boris?
He kind of...
That's kind of out of nowhere.
It's been a little while since we've seen him.
Yeah, I know.
And then Raja at Phoenix, which that's huge in my opinion.
Love that.
Yeah, I love that.
It's definitely going to be the best car he's ever been in. So, let's see. Speaking of the Roval, Boris is going to race there, in a couple weeks, and NASCAR won't be racing there next year.
That's the rumor.
I know you two.
According to Dale,
Joe is jumping for joy. Joe hates the Roval.
I don't hate the Roval.
He literally wishes it would die. Burn down Charlotte and run the Roval again. I'm just kidding. But I mean, yeah, I love the Roval with the car the way it is. I don't mind a little fluctuating in the schedule to make it run the oval with how good this car runs on oval. But yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it if that is a true rumor.
Yeah, and that's kind of where, like, I love the Roval, I do, but with the way it runs on road courses right now, it's not great. And that's where, like, I wish, and maybe NASCAR is starting to do this, we're like, oh, hey, this next-gen car sucks on road courses right now. Maybe we lessen those and do more 1.5s until we get that figured out and kind of balance out the schedule. I don't know if that's what they're doing, but that would be fun. I don't know. I love the Charlotte Oval race is really good right now, and as long as Charlotte keeps 2 dates, I'm happy. I don't care if they run the Legends track, but we'll see what happens. But Dale, I feel like if Dale's saying it's probably true.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Roval to me was as fun as it was a Band-Aid, right? Because the 1.5 package was in the Gen 6, at least 550 horsepower Gen 6. I'm not convinced about the 900 horsepower Gen 6 at the start. I got to watch some races just to really have a good opinion about that. But the 550 high downforce was definitely trash. So, we had to do something. And we did have an overabundance of 1.5. So you have a trash package, and you're seeing it almost every week. Good for NASCAR for being flexible and SMI and coming up with the Roval as a solution to get us away from some 1.5s. But now we're seeing this Gen 7 really excelling at those. So it's like, okay, so now I think it's okay to have that conversation of, all right, let's move away from the road courses again and go back to ovals and specifically 1.5s because that's where it's the best and just give us more good racing, right? Isn't that what we want to chase every week is good racing and better racing every week? So if that's what we're good at right now, then load it up. And then if it changes in 3 years, then be flexible and switch it around again. I like that idea of being able to move stuff around to fit what works with whatever we have.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't disagree.
Yeah, I think that flexibility is good. I think that I hope we maybe still see some other series go to the Roval. Like I talked about Indy.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see
I think an IMSA race would be really cool there.
IMSA would be cool there. I
don't know if they can do it though. I don't know how big of a track they need.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. Yeah. I feel like it'd be really congested, which is kind of cool. There'd be 0 clean laps for anyone, but I think that'd be non-traffic laps for anyone. But I think that's kind of fun. So I think that I would like to see other series run there still and not completely kill their oval, but I don't hate us being a little bit fluid and moving away from it since 1.5s are so good. I'd rather see them just address why this car is sucky on road courses a little bit more. I think kind of like the Roval was a Band-Aid for the car sucking on 1.5s. I mean, it's a big, expensive Band-Aid, but better, I guess, than completely reworking the entire car. But, I'd like to see some changes made to make the road course a little more interesting for the road courses we do have. But, I don't hate the move per se.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to remove all road courses just because we're struggling right now.
Yeah, I think, me personally, I just think we had too many anyway. I think a good number is 4. 4 road courses a year would be my personal number. Maybe I could live with more. Obviously, I live with 6, but for me, I think our number is 4, or my number is 4. So I don't know. And as far as fixing the car, that'd be great. I just don't know. Again, I'm not an engineer. I'm not part of the NASCAR design team, as much as it may surprise everyone. But I don't know. Just knowing what I do about race cars, what little I do, and what I know about this car, I don't know what you could do that wouldn't be like a drastic redesign of something. Unless you did something simple, like did something crazy with the tires or brakes or something like that. But I don't know. It just seems like Goodyear keeps bringing us harder and harder tires.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all know you want to change the
grip unit.
Grip unit there.
The grip unit.
Yep. So Roval sounds like it's technically a rumor right now, but it sounds like it's going away. We heard last week that Bristol Dirt wasn't happening. There's going to be no Road America races, including Xfinity. And now, this week we're coming into it. Sounds like Texas wants out of the playoffs and wants a spring date.
I don't know if Texas wants that.
I heard
that's what's
Texas
happening.
That wants that.
Is it really?
That's what I heard, and it possibly because it's football season down there, which actually makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah.
But so I'm guessing they're going to go back to their spring date if they do that, which would be like late March.
I'm down for that. Be less hot and not in the playoffs.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting if that happens. We've heard rumors of Montreal coming in, and a lot of people in the Midwest for the last week have been saying NASCAR hates their Midwest fans and just ignores them. And we might be getting Iowa Speedway next year, which is a rumor. But holy shit, I'd be so happy. They've dumped a lot of money into that track the last couple of years for IndyCar, so it's a nice facility. I mean, if it's a 1-year thing, God, I'd love it. But plus, I think that track could hold a pretty good race.
Yeah, I think it could too. I'd love to see it run there.
On an iRacing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I don't think we have any other rumors for the schedule. We got some big news. We got Jennifer Jo Cobb running the Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, so I don't know why we keep allowing this. I don't get it.
Brings money. It's literally the only thing.
That's it.
She can afford the ride. Because I think a lot of those teams are kind of like pay to ride, like literally straight up, like give us this amount of money and we'll put you in the car as long as you have your license. And
you can for sure buy a ride in the truck series. 100%.
Yeah, like not even just like, oh, I'm bringing sponsorship. It's just like, no, seriously, I'll give you $10,000. Let me run a race, and that's like all you need to run some of those trucks. So I'm not surprised that she keeps getting in a ride. I just wish they would revoke her dang license and not allow her on the track again.
Yeah. So next year, with all our ad revenue, we'll have a full-time cup ride or truck ride with all four of us.
Yeah. But I don't remember which plate race it was, but the big one was happening, and she came flying in like 6 seconds after the wreck. It was Dega?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just awful. Like,
the
what the fuck are you doing? Yeah.
You don't know.
It's not the first time. It's over and over and over again. Yeah. Just get off the track.
She races worse than like a C-Fix at Dega, and those are terrible.
Yeah.
Pretty
so,
rough.
I don't get it.
Watch that one for the memes.
I think speaking of memes, Joe, we got Ryan Preece and Briscoe in the Talladega Nights cars.
Love it. Brian Murphy.
They look pretty good.
Shambles.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't bitch about the number placement, though. I really am.
I thought about it, but then again, if they moved it in the middle, then if there weren't contingent sponsors, it'd be just as blank. They're fine. I mean, again, I guess
because I've been memeing the fuck out of Joe in our Discord, showing him all these bad
no
center number paint schemes.
Yeah, it's bad, but I'm starting to agree with Zach. This one's more on the sponsors. They could have done a better job, but I love the old thing though. Like lean into the movie, lean into the, it gets engagement. It sucks that they got to go on 2 cars with lawnmower engines, but it's cool.
They'll look really good running 36th and 37th or whatever.
Those cars are going to stay clean all day. I can promise you that.
Yeah. But I just hope.
Well, I guess we can't say that because where was Preset when he flipped 1 million times? he was in the pack.
He was back there. Yeah, he was still towards the back though.
Was he?
I just hope they unload the car and it's got the Fig Newton cover on the windshield or something.
Just like a peel off thing.
Yeah, just something easy. Just it ought to be hilarious.
The sticker is dangerous and inconvenient, but I do love Fig Newton.
You gotta lean into it. You just go the whole way.
I'm really hoping they announce the second movie. I really do. But speaking of movies, we tried to fill the stands at Texas by putting some freaking robots in the stands. You guys see that?
What football game did they do that at the other week too?
Oh, yeah, that was
the Chargers game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
weird marketing. Weird crowd to do it with too. A NASCAR crowd. I don't know why that was a target audience for them, but I mean, I guess cool that they saw NASCAR as a legit enough sporting event to send some people there dressed as AI. Yeah, definitely weird.
Yeah.
I was talking about those, so it worked, I guess, right? That's the idea.
Exactly.
The people who don't want smart home devices in their home because then Jeff Bezos is listening to you all the time. I don't think the people you want to send fake AI to erase that. So
that might not be your target demographic.
Yeah.
No. So let's move on to Texas. We got obviously William Byron kind of stealing a win there at the end. I kind of enjoyed the last 20 laps or so of this race.
I didn't watch a whole lot of the race.
I didn't think it was too bad.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't watch a whole lot of it. I kind of prioritized football over it. But would put it on. I know, shocking. I put
over Texas,
football over Texas Motor Speedway, the pinnacle race on the calendar.
He's on a NASCAR-related podcast. He's watching football.
Yeah, because it's Texas. But the bit I did watch was was good. I enjoyed it. I didn't. Again, most of that was kind of towards the end, but I thought there was still some good racing, some good passing. I thought it was good for Texas. I think I mentioned this last week. Going in with super low expectations sets it up well to be a killer race if it's even halfway decent. So I mean, there were parts that were entertaining, which is more than I expected out of a Texas race. So I'll give it that.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I would view it. Good. It was good for Texas. It kind of sucks. I mean, the thing that sucks about the track is it's a bottom lane track, and there's no third, fourth, or fifth groove. It's like 2.5. It's like maybe 2 lanes wide when they're side by side, like Kyle and Bubba. and look what happened there.
Bubba wrecked Kyle, obviously.
Yeah, Bubba wrecked Kyle. He just reached out there and pulled on the back end of his car and got to go around.
Got his grappling hook out and shot out the window, and then pulled the back of his car around.
Best driver in the world, by the way.
Yep. He got the best driver in the world to slip. So, I mean, for Texas, it was a good race. It was okay. Now if you compare it to our other races like Kansas or Charlotte or something like that, no, it wasn't as good. But it exceeded my expectations for what I thought we were going to see, especially at the end of it. It kind of got a little more exciting. I hate to say it because of the cautions. I hate saying that cautions made a race better, but I like the racing product to actually do it. But it is what it is. Yeah. It was a race.
It seemed like whoever was in front was just gone. They check out by 3-4 seconds, and then everybody else was kind of decently racing. But
yeah, and that's where you get
turn 1 and 2.
Just put it back. Just make it the same. Like I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I mean, Kyle Busch was in an interview doing some media stuff, and he said something about the word about this going to like the Atlanta direction, which I don't think anybody wants. I've heard people say that that's not going to happen, but who knows? I mean, we've been hearing that could be the case for a little while about Texas. I don't want to see that. I just want to see them make 1 and 2, match 3 and 4, and just be done with it.
Yeah.
It's nuts how much wider it is. I went back and I compared screenshots from an onboard from 2016 to 2017 just to see how wide that turn one is. It's nuts.
It's insane. Stupid.
When Truex spun out, I was just like, oh, he's going to hit the wall. But then it's just like, oh, there's so much extra track there.
Just keeps going.
He didn't even get close.
Yeah.
I was thinking that maybe Texas is asking for a date change so that if they go to the spring next year, they have a longer wait until like a fall race to where they can reconfigure.
Yeah, maybe.
But speculation.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. If they're going to go to spring, that you got to figure we're not going to see reconfigure by the next time we go. There's no way there's enough time for that.
Right.
But yeah, if we go spring and then we don't go again in 2025 until this time, September, then they got what's that, 18 months?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, that's a pretty good, time frame there for them to redo it if they were to.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. So I will say, we mentioned Kyle Larson. I have seen so many people saying that Bubba Wallace choked. And all these people happen to be Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson fans. It's weird.
What?
It's always them.
Not me. I want to be clear. Not me. Not me.
Now,
Joe's
not
not
me.
now I want to say this.
I do think Bubba choked. I'm not going to lie.
He did, but did Bubba choke as hard as Larson?
I didn't want Bubba to choke. I want that to be very clear. I want Bubba to win that race. I was excited.
I did too.
But I think he did. I think he made a bad choice picking the top. I think he got a little overconfident with passing Kyle on the top, and he thought the top's the place to be in the restarts, and it just wasn't.
I think he was fine. The problem, I think, was his entrance into turn 3. Well, actually, trying to get by Briscoe, he accelerated too early out of 2. So
Did
they
you see
both kind of lift, and Byron got the run. But then he tried to block Byron going into 3,
Yeah,
and I think that just messed him up.
That's where I think he even said that's where he lost it. He's like, I should have just let him get tight. I should have just taken my entry. I think he tried to block, went all the way down there. Luckily realized he was too late, and then just held it down there versus instead of just, what he should have done as the couch person sitting. I can't say what I was going to say because there's a page by another podcast that we are not big fans of, but sitting on my couch calling the race shots, he should have just stayed high, entered the corner like he would, and then not sacrifices. And I feel like the only benefit he had at that time was his entry into the corner because William had to enter shallower, and so he gave up his really main advantage of staying up top. Now obviously if he would have stayed up top, William probably would have come up and before entry too and not sacrifice that much, but at least then he still would have had that weird momentum
got the run
shift.
out.
Yeah. I think Bubba even admitted that he's like, I should have just let him get tight and enter the corner like I would have. So I think I would say he choked. Unfortunately, because he was.
But
dominant.
did he choke as hard as Larson?
Nah.
No, Larson didn't finish the race.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and the other guy
threw it in the corner.
Who started 4th? Who restarted 4th on that final one?
I don't even know.
Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
Where did Chase finish?
9th.
I don't know.
10th.
11th.
Oh.
Nice.
So
yeah,
we want to talk about choking.
Yeah.
Just saying. Finishing 3rd versus 11th or wrecked.
All right, so Xfinity race.
Yeah. But no, Bubba had a shot. Actually, a couple guys did. Reddick had a shot, and then he had the pit stop, and then the caution came out for was it a Rick Ware car? I feel like it was a Rick Ware car. And that screwed him, and then he tried to get back and hit the wall along with like 2 or 3 others. And McDowell was up there for a little bit. That was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Busher was up there. We had a lot of guys up front at this race. It's still the way it worked out.
Yeah.
It's still wild to me that FRM and RFK are the Ford teams.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Penske's nowhere.
They have been.
It's
They've lost every
it's
speed.
okay in FRM. It's insane.
Yeah.
Pence has got to do something next year, right?
Who?
Like Penske. Like they gotta.
I don't know.
Change something.
I mean, they got the new redesign coming in 24, so I'm interested to know. Like, well, it'll be interesting to see how Fords are then. You know, are they not really investing too much into fixing whatever they got going on because they have a new car coming, they have a new body coming. You know, so
right.
Yeah, why would you invest a boatload into trying to fix this when it's going to be obsolete in a few weeks?
Yeah. Ty Gibbs was running well, and then he decided to just run into Denny Hamlin on pit road. What do we think about that, Zach? What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. It's just, I don't know what to think because I'm not a driver. I don't know the protocol for pit lane. But what it did look like is he was in the middle of the pit lane when he very well could have been on the outside. So I don't know. Everybody in the broadcast seemed to think it was Ty Gibbs' fault. So I'll go with all the experts and what they're saying.
Yeah, Ty was in a weird spot. See, he had already pit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it looked like he was trying to go in a pit stall after Denny's. Like that's how far left he was. And it looked like he was continuing to go left, like he was trying to enter a pit stall. So what, like, you know, rookie mistake, sure, but in no series that he's run, Xfinity, are you running the middle of pit road after you've made your pit stop? You know, unless there's two guys.
He did have somebody on his outside.
Yeah, but he was nowhere near him. He had like three.
He still could have been like, there's still like a 2 or 3 car widths to the top.
Yeah, exactly. So, especially as you're passing cars that are, you know.
And he had plenty of time to react to Denny, and he just drove right into him. It's just
sleeping.
Yeah, I don't think it wasn't anything like malicious or anything. It was just like, obviously, it's just, I think he's an absence of mind, just not paying attention.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Didn't seem to hurt Denny too much. Denny said it hurt his straight line speed, I guess. He felt like his straight line speed suffered and the car got tighter, but I mean, hell, you still run second.
Faster.
They are on fire right now, that 11 team.
They are.
They are so fast. It's pretty crazy. Like, how many top 5s does he have in the playoffs so far?
I think he's been there every race, hasn't he?
I think he might be.
Kansas
fast.
was 5th. Or not Kansas, last week, right? 5th because of the pit stop? Or was that this week?
Where the hell were we last week?
This week.
I'm brave for it. We were at Bristol last week. He won last week.
Yeah.
So he won Bristol.
It was this week. He had the late pit stop, and
I'm dumb.
Which I don't really agree with it, but
what's that this week?
5th. Yeah.
I mean, they were just banking on more people pitting.
Yeah, 100%. But
it just didn't work.
Out.
Yeah. I mean, you can say the same thing if he stays out, and then those 14 cars that didn't pit did pit. Now all of a sudden they're on his ass with fresh tires. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one of the things you kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's hard to call. I don't hate the call, but I don't love it, I guess, because we know tire wear isn't that huge. So I think pitting is kind of risky, but I don't know. Whatever. I don't get paid to crew chief a car as much as I'd like to.
Yep. But Willie B locked in to the round of 8. Good for him. We'll get to the playoffs here in a little bit, but let's get Xfinity going. John Hunter Nemechek kind of steals the win there at the end. Parker almost had it. Him and Allgaier were going at it. They both kind of slipped out of 4, and John Hunter came up there and stole it away. Which that would be huge for Clickerman.
Denny's worst finish in the playoffs so far was at Darlington, where he got wrecked. I think he had a bad pit stop, and then he got wrecked or something. Some shenanigans happened, and he finished 25th. But the other races, he's been top 5 ever since.
Yeah, they're strong. I mean, they're fast. I think he had a speeding penalty or something at Darlington that got him put in the back there.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of speeding penalties, I know you were just trying to lead into the Xfinity race, but freaking Ryan Blaney. How horrible of a speeding penalty was that? He was actually above the cut line, doing good. He had good points and everything going, and then speeding penalty in was it the last stop or the second to last stop? I can't remember, but towards the end of the race, it just screwed his track position. Oh man.
That's just one thing with this sport in general, man, is if you got to be on your game all day. Otherwise, you're crawling back from the back. You know what I mean? Like, where did Ryan even finish?
I'll look. Give me a minute.
28th.
Yeah, so he go from being above the cut line, running great, to then one mistake, going a couple miles an hour faster than he should have on pit road.
It's probably not even a couple of miles an hour though. That's the crazy part.
Mile an hour.
It might be tenths. I mean, I've heard him nail people for 0.1 mile an hour over.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's tough.
It's tough. You got to be right on it, right on that RPM line. Otherwise, your entire day's done. Your playoff hopes are, moving on to the next round are dwindling at that point, and it's wild. Just with 30 plus other cars in the field, you can't just bounce right back. Like, threw an interception. All right, well, now we're just down a possession. We'll be right back at it. Instead, it's we are now a lap down, and 20, 30 places back from where we were because of one mistake. So I mean, it's punishing for sure.
And I mean, he finished 28th. If he would have finished 8th, that's 20 points, and he's minus 11 right now. So
But I mean, you look at basically William Byron was basically the inverse of that whole situation, because like he was way off all day. 20th, like he was running back there with Bell because Bell was kind of back there. They were 20th and teens and stuff like that, and he just kept kind of working his way up, taking advantage of opportunities. Next thing you know, he's fucking winning the race.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of funny. You have an example of somebody just making one slip and somebody just making the best of their day and getting every little bit out of it, and two completely different outcomes. So
yeah, it had been 2 or 3 pit stops before the end because he was involved with the Reddick incident.
Mm-hmm.
So wasn't the final one, but yeah.
But it was something that put him back there and just got him in a bad spot. And freaking Martin Truex. Gee whiz. Do we think he's gonna make it out? Like this is where we were kind of talking about leading into the playoffs, where I think playoff points shouldn't have as much weight, because if you talk about like having to perform when it counts, right now, I don't feel like the 19 is a championship deserving team.
No,
they're not. Yes, they won the regular season, great, but since we started the playoffs, they have just been nowhere.
Yeah. And now he's 5th.
Yeah.
Like well above the cut line. Or like 19 points, not well, but 19 points above the cut line.
He's not safe, but
no.
He's 5th.
Like, I mean, I feel like he should be in more danger than he is.
Right.
Because of how bad they've been running.
Yeah, we said it last week, carrying the points over is kind of shitty because, he can go from barely making it in to being first, and then they have another bad race, now they're 5th, I think there should be more of a penalty or a little less reward going to the next rounds, right?
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think you cut them in half would be my thing. So you go into the playoffs, you start the playoffs, you have 30 points, and then you go into round 2, now you have 15 playoff points. You keep any you gained in that round. So say you got 3 playoff points in round 1. So you would carry those 3, so you would have 18 playoff points going into round 2. And then those points get cut in half, and then again, whatever you gain get added to that.
Yeah.
Because I just don't like that you can fuck around for the first 4 races of the playoffs and still be above the cut line. And then if he makes it through this round, he's back to the top again.
Yep. Well, let's hit the Xfinity race real quick. We'll go back to that. How about that? Sound good?
All right. Xfinity. Sorry, I got distracted.
John Hunter wins. Kligerman almost won.
Oh, man.
Sam Mayer wrecked lap 1.
Tough.
Yeah, Kligerman. Man, that would have been so amazing for that team to win.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they barely made it. I mean, they're the small team, right? They barely made it in. And if they would have won this race, to move on, oh my God.
I mean, you guys did see that like last little battle there with Kligerman and Allgaier, right? I think Allgaier should have raced it smarter. Allgaier was pissed off at Kligerman after the race. I gave you room, stuff like that. But like, I feel like you got to be more aware of the situation if you're Justin Allgaier. Like, you got to know he has a win, right? Justin Allgaier is locked into the next round. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
He won Bristol.
Bristol.
So so he won Bristol. He's got to win. He's locked in. You have Parker Kligerman coming up on you with fresher tires. He just got new tires, I think, pretty recently. But way better tires than Allgaier had. Kligerman's very likely a need to win situation. I mean, right now he's pretty good on points, but he would wreck his mom for a win right now, just to make it in the next round. So I don't know. I don't think if you're Justin Allgaier, you need to race him that hard. Why? I mean, and then Allgaier ended up washing up the track and losing. I don't even know where he ended up finishing, but he lost a lot of spots. It's like sometimes it's just you just got to kind of let it go. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of be a little more aware, I think.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying that as somebody who wanted Parker Kligerman to win, so there's some bias there. But
I mean, it's true. He's in a must-win. He's not in on points right now. He's below the cut line.
Allgaier finished fifth.
Yeah, but Kligerman is a must-win. After the hub failure at Bristol. So yeah, Allgaier needs to know that because that guy's going for everything. It doesn't matter to him finishing second. He don't care. He wants that win.
Right, because he's already sort of exceeded the expectations to begin with. So now if he can go even further, nobody really had Parker Kligerman making the playoffs. He's in the playoffs now, and then he is there within a shot of locking himself into the next round. He's gonna run you up the track. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. That's just where you need to have a little awareness, know his situation, know your situation, kind of be like, all right, you got me. Here you go, and you can still finish second.
Yeah,
but whatever. It is what it is. I felt bad for Kligerman, but he's good at road courses, and we are going to the Roval. So
yeah.
Well, Xfinity's next race.
Yep. So Allgaier, John Hunter Nemechek locked in on points there. Right now on the under the cut line, Sam Mayer, Josh Berry, Jeb Burton, and Parker Kligerman. So Sam Mayer wrecked out lap 1 in this race. I don't know, man. You got to be better.
If I'm Parker, I'm using up Sam Mayer.
Sam Mayer's 34 points behind. So Sam Mayer's a must-win here.
Yep.
It's Josh Berry 27 back, and Jeb Burton 19 back. Kligerman's 1 point back. So
I think he can get that.
He's gonna be racing Hemrick. Yeah. Hemrick 1 point up, and then Creed +9, Sammy Smith +18. So
let's do a little.
That's it. That's kind of the little bubble there.
What's Hemrick? Do you have any stats available? What's Hemrick's average finish at the Roval? That'd be interesting to know compared to Kligerman's.
I don't know.
Isn't there a J-ski thing?
Real quick.
How do you look that up?
I don't know. I was just gonna go look at his wiki because it'll show all of his stats.
Oh, didn't Hemrick get announced to the Colleague Cup car? Isn't that thing? Did we talk about that?
Did he actually get? I don't know. I missed that if it did happen.
I'm pretty sure he did. No, I gotta go back and check.
We talked about it last week. I remember.
Did we talk about it?
Yes.
That's interesting. Guys won one NASCAR race ever.
Okay, Hemrick's finishes at the Roval 17th, 3rd, 3rd. 10th.
Jeez.
Yeah. So.
Maybe not so easy.
Yeah. And I don't know what Kligerman's are, but it's going to be a race this week because this is their cut round, right? Yeah.
It will be, yeah. Not this week, next week.
Yeah, the Roval. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping Parker moves on.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely over Hemrick.
Oh,
yeah,
I actually over Creed. Creed can just get out of there.
Oh. How dare you?
Yeah. I'm going there.
Unbelievable.
I don't mind him, but man, he just hasn't done anything.
Yeah,
he hasn't even won a race ever.
Yeah, not in Xfin.
Really? Huh.
Nope. It's been close. But what was it last year? Was it Denny Hamlin or Kyle Larson wrecked him at Darlington for the win?
That was Larson. Yeah. Larson's the dirty driver. Hamlin's the clean driver. You need to remember that.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to think it's the other way around, but it ain't. I don't know what to tell you, folks. But yeah. Yeah, that was when Larson cleaned him out.
So I mentioned joining all the Facebook groups to promote the podcast, and I mentioned how bad they were about Bubba, but Denny Hamlin. Oh my God, the hate. It's so hilarious just to read the comments. It was like one of them was like, maybe Denny Hamlin will finally figure out why everybody boos him. It's like, because he got into Larson? Like, I think he knows, and I think he doesn't care. But the comments are just so bad on Facebook. Like, Twitter's bad. Facebook's so much worse.
Yeah, it is. It's a cesspool.
All right, so I don't have anything else for the Xfinity race. It from what I saw, it was pretty good. I had a wedding, so I did miss some of it. But I mean, a lot of the playoff guys there got into incidents. You know, Mayer, like I said, lap 1. Barry Trevor Bayne took out Barry, and then there was somebody else too, but 3 of them had problems. Oh, Jeb Burton hit the wall like 3 times. So it was a rough day for those guys. Yeah, let's go talk about some Cup Series points.
Playoffs, baby.
Yeah. So William Byron obviously just locked himself in. Denny Hamlin's plus 37. I mean, he gets probably 15th place finish both weeks he's in.
Yeah.
Just don't wreck out.
I don't think he's too worried.
Fine. Yeah.
Oh wait, I said Roval's Xfinity cut date. Is it Daga's? I think Daga's a cut
for Cup
Xfinity.
No,
Xfinity.
Oh.
Xfinity's not racing Daga.
Oh, they're not?
No, trucks are.
Oh.
Xfinity races the Roval, and the Roval is.
I thought we were going to have a good race there.
No. Xfinity races the Roval. I think the Xfinity races every week from here out. And then trucks race Dega. Then they have off.
Homestead, right?
Homestead. Do they race Martinsville? I don't remember. There's only 2 more full companion weeks this year. I know that.
Really?
Yeah. Playoffs and another one.
I don't like that we're getting away from that. Like, I like all 3 series being at the track together, but that's me.
Or playoffs. Championship race. Duh. Championship race.
People. But, yeah. Buescher's 3rd, Bell 4th. That surprised me. I'm sorry, but Bell. Truex, he's up there, 5th. Chastain, Kozlowski, Larson.
What are you looking at, the playoff standings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bell is 4th. Wow.
Yeah. Like, how?
I don't know.
How?
I mean, he got some stage points Sunday. He got some stage points at Texas. I forget where he finished. I think he was like top 5 in the first stage.
He got 3. Yeah, first stage.
So not top 5.
So 7th.
7th, and then he did finish 4th in the race. I think 4th. Am I making that up?
Yeah, 4th.
Okay, yeah, 4th. I don't know. I guess they're not doing as bad as I thought, but they had another freaking bad pit stop again. Like, holy crap. This pit crew, man, they're driving me nuts. Can we get one race with good stops? That's all I want.
No.
It'll be the championship race, and he'll end up being the.
It'll be the championship race when he's out of the playoffs. He's not racing for it anymore. And they just bust out clean stops all day.
I thought that was going to be McDowell this week going and winning it all, but Bell 4th, Truex 5th. I mean, he's plus 19. He's still pretty good position because of the points he carried over, but
podcast I was listening to, he is terrible at plate tracks and specifically Dega, so
he is.
He's got to kind of worry, especially with guys like Bubba, who's below him, being really good. Brad Keselowski's really good at plate tracks. Kyle Larson kind of sucks.
Buescher's pretty good.
Buescher's pretty good. Kyle Busch can be pretty good.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he almost won Daytona. He won Talladega.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kyle's
good. Can't talk. Below the line, you got both 2311 cars, which
is Reddick good at?
They struggle
at plate tracks.
No.
Yeah.
He gets caught in all the wrecks. Like he's in the wrong place, wrong time all the time.
Yeah, it's kind of like Kyle Larson. He's always getting in trouble. I wouldn't say it's anything of his doing at plate tracks, but just kind of always gets caught and stuff. Blaney, he'll be fast because Fords are fast there. Yeah, so I'm Martin. You got to be scoring some stage points. Like you can't really he's kind of in a weird spot because he can't relax and he can't get caught in anything.
Yeah.
The end of the stages are going to be interesting. Yep. I think we're going to get a lot of racing right there at the end, but I think it's going to be a lot of single file or just the normal, like, far away double file.
Yeah.
For most of the race.
I feel like this car's been a little bit better about that. I feel like I haven't, for whatever reason, we haven't seen as much top lane train as we'd have in previous years, I feel like, but it definitely still happens.
It's like a 2-lane train now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not the 1 lane, which at least a little more exciting to look at, even though the result's basically the same. But anyway, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean,
so what do you think? Bubba and Blaney pretty much must win here at Dega, right?
Bubba must win. I don't know if I'd say Bubba's a must win. How is he?
You think he can?
He's not the best at road courses, though.
I think if he has a good day,
he's more consistent now.
He is, yeah, but I think out of the 2 tracks, he'd want to do better here, probably.
Well, yeah, I just don't think he's in a must-win situation. I think he can do good enough at the Roval that he's not in a must-win this week.
Yeah.
Okay. I just don't think he'll be getting any stage points at the Roval.
Must do.
I don't think he'll get a top 10.
But you don't forget, we got stage cautions at the Roval. So if they want to just play points and they got guys flipping stages and all that heavy horse shit going on, they could get some stage points, even if they're not running very well.
Do they do that at the Roval?
I think if they're at the Roval and they're not locked in, they're playing for points. I don't think because you got to play for points if you don't think you can win. Like the only way
do they do that pit stop strategy?
Yeah, if they're not not too far back, it's still decent. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think if they can gain, if Bubba can gain stage points by doing the pit stop strategy, he definitely will.
No, I think he's saying
because they're not
time wise. Is there enough time for people to pit and not go a lap down? I think they still actively do that at the Roval. I think it's not as commonplace because it is a little bit shorter. So if you're too far back in the pack, you're not going to do it. If you're past like maybe 15th or 20th, maybe. I guess obviously time between you and the leader, but I think they do still do that flip at the Roval. There's still enough time if you're far enough up.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, if I could see them doing that, just staying out, collecting the points. But I don't know. That it kind of brings into the whole thing is who else is going to be doing it too. Is all the playoff guys going to be doing that?
Depends where they're running and who thinks they can win the race.
Yeah. Something to make the Roval more interesting, right?
Yeah.
Talladega. That'll be fun. I'm excited for it. I love Talladega.
Yeah, I love Talladega. You can't not love it, even if we don't have the best drafting package right now. It's just fun. It's just like Bristol. Like I love Bristol. I don't care how shitty the package is or the track is at the moment. I love it. It's just the event, and Talladega's sort of in that same vein. Especially this one. I think I'm starting to like the fall race better than the spring race, just because of the playoff drama that's brought into it. Sort of adds a more exciting mix. I mean, honestly, we see the same thing with Daytona, right? I think as much as I love the 500, I think the cutoff race is the better race every year.
Yep.
Since they moved it there, it's just, there's so much more on the line, so everybody races.
Yep. Okay, so who do you guys think, real quick? Who has a bad Talladega? Pick one driver.
There's a bad one. Easy one's Truex for me, until proven otherwise.
Larson. I think Larson gets caught.
I'm going Blaney.
Mid-race. Blaney.
I think he's going to race too hard and get caught up in something.
I could see Blaney. I'm going to go Bell. I hate to say it. I'm going Bell. I think
stop, put him in the back and cause a wreck.
I think that's exactly it. I think there's going to be a bad pit stop, and I think he's going to have decent track position. There'll be a shitty pit stop. He'll be in the back and trying to work his way through, and either he'll cause something or he'll get caught up in something. One or the other.
Yeah.
That's
okay, so we're going to move on to some other news here. Got IndyCar released their schedule. So
cool.
No Texas, which kind of disappointing. I mean, they put on a good race earlier this year, but
pretty much
if you want to catch an IndyCar race, if you want to catch an IndyCar race, go down and look at the schedule because they're not going to advertise it.
Nope.
But Red Bull WDC champs. Put that, but
you want Constructors champions.
Constructors champions, and Max will win his within the next week or two. And that was talking F1.
Yeah. Cool. Anybody watch the F1 race?
I did.
Nope.
I was up at 12:30. I'm like, race is another 30 minutes. So I stayed up.
And it was at 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm. So I watched it, and it was it's actually pretty good. Like, it's a pretty entertaining race. For Formula
Max
1.
win.
So, he did. You watched it too, huh?
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's great. Great call. Wow, unbelievable. Yeah, he won.
Just guessed right off the top of my head.
Insane guess. Out of 18, 20 drivers in the field, you guessed the 1 to 1. Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Kill count this week. You got Bowman with 1, Brad K with 1. I didn't give that turn 4 mayhem.
You didn't give Hocevar 1?
Hocevar?
Yeah, he dove it in there 3 deep and got everybody all bobbled up on a restart. He's the one that wrecked Bowman. I think you're crediting Bowman for what Hocevar did.
Oh, from what I saw, it looked like Bowman just kind of.
We're gonna look at it.
Somebody and
it is under review. Where's the YouTube?
Bowman was 3 wide, and he kind of got really close to the dude up on the high side of him, and lost it, and then took out. Who was that? Was that the 10 car?
We're gonna have a live review.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Brad K got into Truex. But yeah, the whole Reddick and Jones and them getting into the wall out of 4. I didn't give that to anybody because it was just kind of there.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about is the 2 wheels that came off this race. Austin Dillon and who else?
God damn it! It's one of the slower cars.
Wasn't Yaley, was it?
I thought Yaley was the guy that spun.
Oh, maybe not.
I don't remember. I just remember it ate the whole wheel. Who the fuck was that? I don't know. So who caused Zach? We got.
Well, I'll let you all. Hold on, let me. Having a boomer moment. How do I
pull up this YouTube?
All right. I'm looking up how do you share it at a certain timestamp? Isn't that a thing?
You just right.
Share, there we go. Share. Start at
right click, and I think it's share it timestamp.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, here you go. I'm gonna put it in our pod chat, and you guys review and tell me what you think.
Okay.
Can't pull it up because you put it in the wrong pod chat. But
did I really?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. See, I don't know, man. That doesn't look like it's Hocevar's fault to me.
Good radio here, by the way, guys.
So there's a restart, right? As we were saying, Hocevar sends it 3 wide. He sends it in the bottom lane. I'm putting that on Hocevar all day. He sends it in the bottom line below Bowman and McDowell, and he comes off the bottom and washes up into Bowman a little bit. Maybe takes the air off of Bowman, and Bowman gets up into McDowell and loses it. That's how I see it.
I don't know. It's close, but it looks like there's a gap to Hocevar and Bowman to me. It looks like
there's also a gap to the white line, which he should be holding. Look at everybody else in that lane holding the bottom line. I
disagree there, but hey.
The broadcast blamed Hocevar as well. The broadcast blamed Hocevar.
All right, I'll give it to Carson. I'll give him 2. How about that? You happy?
There you go.
Okay, Carson gets 2. Bowman, he's going down to 3.
Did you guys see it, or did I share it in the wrong thing?
You shared it in the wrong thing, but I mean, there you go. Okay. Carson has 2. Bowman has 3 for the year. That's all I have. So Survivor. Zach, you want to hit that?
No, I don't.
Why not?
Because I fucking lost again. I can't win one of these things to save my life. All right, well, I lost. Thanks, Martin. Let's see, let's run through it. Andrew had Byron. Wow, look at that. He won. Joe had Bubba, who got P3. And then Drake with Elliot, who finished 11th. And then me with Truex, who finished 17th. So we were kind of all over the board this week. Usually we do a pretty good job of staying around each other unless somebody wrecks out or something. But here we're all kind of spread out a little bit. This week, I don't know. I'm just going to go young Ryan Blaney. Fords are fast. I think he's going to be racing with everything he's got. He's got to get a win. So we're going to go with old YRB.
He was one of the 2 I was deciding between, so thanks for making my decision easy. We're going to go with Denny Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin. They are on fire, and he's a good plate track racer.
Consistency.
So that's a lock.
Now watch, he's gonna play bitch this race and not do anything.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to lose points. No, I don't see him doing that.
He'll be there at the end.
Yeah, for sure. Who's next? Joe.
Ooh. Homer pick, Chase Elliott for this one.
Good burner pick.
He is good in Talladega, so.
Not Daytona, though, because he hasn't won a 500. So.
Okay. Well, you know what? So, Andrew, your pick.
Well, speaking of Daytona 500 wins, McDowell had one, and he made the chase this year. So, just saying.
There you go.
My pick. I'm going to go Bubba. I think that team's running strong right now. I think he could. I mean, we all know he's a great plate track racer, so I think he could do it. If he's not, he'll be there at the end, hopefully running up front.
Mm-hmm. Yep, good picks.
Cool.
Yep.
So look for going off my previous track record. Look for Ryan Blaney to wreck out. Sometime around lap 16.
Yeah, it sounds about right. It'll be something stupid too. Like he'll be racing, JJ Yaley for like 32nd and like just wreck himself or something.
There hasn't been a cut tire since we've gone to the next gen car, but Ryan Blaney is having one today.
So that's our Survivor. We don't have any OnlyFans this week, which is disappointing. Get those in. Send them in.
Do the thing, Andrew.
But so get those sent in. Again, you can send it anywhere. Send it to our email, thegwcpod@gmail. Message us on about Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it these days.
Still Twitter.
100% Twitter.
Always will be Twitter in my heart.
I'm not changing it. Sorry,
the guy
Elon.
that sends all the X.com links. But
Joe, not very mobile friendly of you.
Yep.
Either Discord or Twitter needs to fix that crap because that's so annoying.
I try to change
the most annoying thing. I haven't clicked on a link you sent because of that.
I try to change it. I change it when I can.
For context for the viewers, if you haven't run into this, in Discord, if you're on the app, like on your phone, and someone shares a link to X.com, it opens the Discord browser instead of linking to your X app. So then, it wants you to log in. It won't let you view any of the replies or what the tweets are replying to, or like interact with the tweet at all, or anything. But if you change it to Twitter.com, then it still opens the X app. So I think that feels like it's on Twitter to me. But also, is that on? I don't know. Actually, maybe that's on Discord. Either way, it's really annoying. We've been somewhat trying to change whenever we send a X link to switch it to Twitter.com and then the rest of the link, but it's kind of annoying to have to do every time. So Discord or Twitter, get on that ish.
Somebody fix it.
Yeah. Now. Otherwise, the GWC
I won't be
podcast,
paying for your free service anymore.
Yeah, we won't. We definitely will never subscribe to Nitro at that point. I'm thinking about it right now, but if that doesn't change, I'll never do.
I'm not getting Nitro or Twitter Blue if you don't fix this shit.
But I'll think about getting both. if it's fixed.
Yes, but probably won't either way.
Shut up. You're ruining our poll here, Zach. Come on.
Anyway. Yep, but get those OnlyFans questions in.
Well,
I know we've had a lot of conversation. I know I have at my work about the Muppets.
They're pretty fun.
Yeah, that was a great
I like the not racing ones. They're my favorite ones.
I know. I got my favorite one that I asked my team. We do like a question of the day, so I gave one. It was ask the Muppet question, which if you didn't listen, I think was it Leroy that sent that one in?
Yeah,
Leroy, our
was it
a British friend?
Yeah. Leroy sent it in. Shout out to Britain.
Thanks for creating Leroy.
Appreciate Leroy. It. The country of Britain. Thanks for spawning Leroy. Asked what movie would you change? Like if you could every character in a movie except for one change to a Muppet. What movie and who would you keep as a human?
Talladega Nights.
Yeah, Talladega Nights. My favorite answer that I got at work was Dark Knight, where Batman is the only human and everyone else is Muppets.
Yes.
So then he's just beating up a bunch of Muppets. Like a Muppet Joker. I think that'd be hilarious. So, but yeah, definitely send in some questions.
Why so serious?
Send in some questions because we love them.
Come on. All right.
Okay. That's it for this week's episode. I want to thank everybody for listening again. And follow us on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. We have a Facebook. We have a